Hello? Testing. One, two,
Hi,
three.
Jill. Hi,
Oh,
Jill.
hey. Oh, hey. Hi, how are you? How are
Is this
you?
Browns Point? Are we in Browns Point?
We're in Browns Point. Welcome to Browns Point.
I'm Marguerite from MoveToTacoma.com, and I make videos about Tacoma's neighborhoods by interviewing the people who actually live in them. So today, I'm going to be going across the water to Browns Point and talking to Jill Ellingson. So to get to Browns Point, it's about a 20-minute drive around the Port of Tacoma and then along Marine View Drive. And as you can see, the views are incredible. You know, leafy, tree-lined streets, views. It's incredible. And Jill knows it. So I wanted to find out what she loves about living there. Who are you and where do you live?
I'm Jill Ellingson, and I live in Browns Point.
How long have you lived here?
I moved here in 2001,
Okay.
but my husband bought in 1998, and I said he shouldn't.
Okay, wait. Where were you living when your husband bought his house?
Well, we were just about to get married. I was living down in Auburn.
In Auburn. Okay, so you were living in Auburn, and your husband's buying a house in Browns Point, and you're like, "Don't go there." Why? What was the rep of Browns Point?
It was so far from everything, and actually, I didn't know anything about it, though there was a Dairy Queen nearby on the way.
A Dairy Queen means civilization,
and it's still there. Still there.
Stood the test of time.
It sure did.
Okay, so you moved to Browns Point. Your perception is that it's very far from everything. What has your experience been living here for 25 years? Do you still feel like you're far from everything?
No, and I'm also glad he didn't listen to me. And that'll be the only time I'll ever say that. Okay. No, Browns Point has been an amazing place to live and raise our family in. We've loved it.
We are still in Tacoma.
We are.
This is Dash Point.
Yep, Pierce County.
Okay, but I thought Dash Point was in Federal Way, which is King County.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so how does it work?
So this is Dash Point. And then over the bridge, that way, is Dash Point State Park.
Okay.
That is confusing.
Yeah.
I get that.
So you can live in Dash Point and be in Pierce County.
Yep.
But you can go to Dash Point State Park and you're definitely in King County.
Yep.
Awesome. How much does it cost to buy a house in Browns Point? What's like the average?
Probably the average is $700,000.
Okay, so $700,000 to live in Browns Point. What if you want to live in Browns Point and see the water? Like, what's the range you're dealing with to see the water in Browns Point?
Going to be upwards of $750,000.
Okay, all right. So starting at $750,000 for like a small fixer.
Yeah.
But like a standard home with a view of the water.
If you want like an unobstructed view, you're looking $1 million over.
Okay.
Depending on where.
And up and up and up.
Yep.
How long does it take if you live in Browns Point to get to downtown Tacoma?
Like 15 minutes. I can get to my office.
15 minutes, really?
Door to door.
Yeah.
And my office is in Old Town, 17 minutes.
And you're living in Norpoint?
Yep.
Okay, so Norpoint to Old Town Tacoma, 15 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, what about Norpoint to downtown Seattle?
Ooh, you're probably looking at 35 to 45, depending on the traffic.
35 to 45 minutes. So 45 minutes if there's like in a morning commute to downtown Seattle.
Depends what time you leave.
You should allow an hour?
Yeah, I would allow an hour.
How long to get to the airport from Browns Point?
On a good day?
Yeah, on a regular day.
Probably 30 minutes.
Okay, so bad day is 45 minutes.
30 to 45.
Okay.
And there's different routes. That's the other thing I love about living here is there's so many different routes. So say one is blocked, you got a different route.
That's really good.
So you can get around it. It's not one way in, one way out. You got numerous options.
That's really good.
Which I like options.
How long does it take if you live in Norpoint to get to the new light rail station in Federal Way? Like how long of a drive is that?
I just drove that. I took my friend,
Yeah.
dropped him off to go to the airport there.
Yeah.
And it was probably 15 minutes. It was in the morning.
15 minutes to the light rail station.
Yep.
That's amazing. And if you get to the light rail station, you can go all the way to Seattle. You can go all the way up to Linwood.
You can go wherever you want.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So what is it like living here? Like what's the lifestyle like?
I think so. There isn't as many amenities as like downtown Tacoma. So you're not like walking to coffee or walking to the grocery store. But what you get instead is a really great community, and it feels very small, which is good most of the time.
Yeah, it's like a small town.
Small town. So you run into people at the store, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Most of the time, good. Sometimes I've loved that aspect of people know who your kids are. People know who you are. They know who your animals are. I feel like it's just been really fun to grow up in a community like that. I didn't grow up in a place like that. So to come here and have people know who you are when you're walking to the store, walking down the street or in the park, I think that's pretty fun, pretty special.
Neat.
Yeah.
So what is there to do in Browns Point?
Well, you can see behind us. This is a big part of it, the amazing views. We are here at Dash Point, but also we have the Lighthouse Park, and it's absolutely amazing. So the views of the water, a lot of people cold plunge, not my jam, but I love that for them. I'm more of like a warm plunge.
I'm team warm plunge.
Yeah, same. We have a great community center. There's golfing. So we have North Shore Golf Course, which is a public golf course.
Wonderful.
And then in Federal Way, you can go to Twin Lakes.
Okay.
So there's a variety of options for that.
2 golf courses in one small community.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not far, pretty close.
Yeah.
And then we go, like a lot of times we go to downtown Tacoma. There's so many great places. That's a 15-minute drive.
Yeah. So the city is really just 15 minutes away.
Yep. Super close.
So you can do you commute, or like how does that work with your lifestyles?
Yep. So my office is in Old Town, and that's door to door 17 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
So downtown's even closer. So it's really not that bad.
I have to say, Jill, my own perception of Browns Point is that it's very far away. But I will say, like, getting here was pretty quick today. And yeah, 15 minutes to downtown. That's really close.
It's not bad. I think people think it's a long ways away. And I guess
it looks far away. Like my place,
Fair.
I look out at Browns
Fair.
Point and it just seems it's like
far,
in the distance.
so far. But it's such a quick drive.
Yeah.
And the drive over is beautiful. You see Mount Rainier, you get to see the water, you get to see downtown Tacoma.
Absolutely.
So it's not a boring drive.
Yeah.
So Center Norpoint is a great place. It's run by Parks Tacoma. They have a pool. They have 2 gyms. A lot of people have events there. So I've been to many auctions there. People even get married there. A ton of exercise classes. In the summer, there's a spray park. So that's been very popular.
Very cool.
Did I say concert in the park? Super fun. So a lot of adults go there. Pickleball is a big thing. So they have their own league.
I mean, it's interesting that you say, oh, this is like, just a little neighborhood, but we have 2 golf courses and our own pickleball and our own community center and our own spray park and our own, like, it really does.
It lives big.
And your own waterfront.
I mean, down the street, you can get this view.
Incredible.
Pretty fortunate.
I hope you liked this interview with Jill about Browns Point. If you liked this, definitely visit movetotacoma.com, where we have dozens of neighborhood guides, hundreds of episodes of the podcast where we interview real Tacomans about what life is really like here.
Movetotacoma.com